the latest expat news from Expat Rebel. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, and click the bell to get notifications whenever we post a new video. Hey, and make sure you watch all the thank yous at the end of this video. There's quite a few. Need some help becoming an expat fast? Go to expatrebel.com and ask for our help. Now let's get to the world expat news. Disney parks are reopening in phases starting July 9th. Hopefully this is a good sign for the US, and experts predict what Disney parks will be like amid the coronavirus. Yes to masks, unlimited capacity, plus temperature checks upon entry, and you must have a prior reservation. And using the Disneyland app is going to be really highly encouraged to limit contact with cashiers. So go ahead and download that. The US at the same time, though, is seeing a surge in coronavirus cases. Hotspots are emerging around the country, so check where you're going, even within the US. And down here in Mexico, where I live, tourists are allowed on beaches in Cancun and the rest of the Riviera Maya beach, but not to locals, which of course prompted a lawsuit from some locals. Mexico is open for business in some places, but not many tourists yet. Remember, the US State Department isn't recommending traveling anywhere quite yet. Brazil never had a lockdown, and COVID-19 cases are skyrocketing at an alarming rate and may be the #1 most infections of any country by July. Looks like going to Brazil is on hold for the world until who knows when. Meanwhile, Europe is reopening, but not to Americans. Well, not quite yet. And when that will be isn't really set. Check the article for the complicated rules of when and who and where you're coming from and where you're going. Basically, it's really complicated because Spain just turned away 25 tourists from landing, right after landing, because they did not arrive on official holiday flights run by TUI. So the country will reopen its borders to most tourists on July 1st, but again, check first if they will allow where you're coming from. That's a big deal. The China travel ban hitting expat businesses and international schools pretty hard is making them unable to run without their expat leadership. And some are just permanently moving to another country and restarting and moving on. Australia is keeping their borders closed until 2021, but they do have a travel bubble with New Zealand and Bali. And there are some exceptions made for students and other long-term visitors. Looks like next year, everybody, next year for Down Under. And then expats over in Kuwait are facing a 150% service fee hike. Yeah, along with non-renewal of residency visas. Kuwait is really making citizens a top priority, and many expats are just having to move on. Keep track of what country is open to travel or not with a nice app on kayak.com. I'll have the link in the description. Don't be like the plane that landed in Spain. Make sure you know where you're going is really going to let you in. And some good news, as an expat author living in Mexico, it's really quiet on my section of my beach. Travel may be thwarted for now, but I'm still living the expat dream along with everybody else around here. I got the final feedback on my new book on how to hire virtual workers coming out very soon. You can get my author updates at my author website, christophersherrod.com. And a big thank you for all the wonderful feedback I received from my prior video and the start of my YouTube channel. Thank you to Nan for the great feedback regarding the look of the video before I hit publish. I really appreciated that. It really helped a lot. Thank you to Jason over in Playa del Carmen for some great feedback on my words. I think you'll notice them in the video. And thanks to Amanda and Frank over in Playa del Carmen as well for the just well done. Also, thank you to Nan, John, and Jillian for the lovely comments on my last video. That was very nice. Check the description for links to everything I talked about. You got a question, then leave a comment and I'll answer in a video. Are you wanting to become an expat soon? Then go grab my Expat Rebel Guide to becoming an expat in 30 days. It shares how I went from idea to moving to Mexico in about 30 days, and also shares how you can save about $3,000 on mistakes that I made the very first month. You can get it at expatrebel.com. Hey, and that's it for the latest from our newsletter at expatrebel.com.